Hi, this is Bobby Lee Miller, the wannabe chef. Today, chocolate chip blondies. Yes, you know the ones when you go to the restaurant for dessert, they bring it out to you, it's nice and warm, they drizzle some caramel on it, put a scoop of ice cream. It's delicious. You're gonna love these. When you come back, we'll get started. Our ingredients ready to go. Okay, first thing we're gonna have 2 sticks of unsalted butter. That's a ½ pound. And we're gonna cream these first. And we want 2 large eggs. Okay, and we're gonna go with, we got one half cup granulated sugar, 1 cup light brown sugar, lightly packed. We got 1½ pounds of semi-sweet chocolate chunks, such as Nestle's. We got 1½ cups of chopped walnuts. We got 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and 2 cups all-purpose flour. So okay, we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 degrees, get that all warmed up, ready to go. We're gonna use an 8 by 12 by 2-inch baking pan, and let's go ahead and put some light grease on there and put some flour on there. I'm gonna use my trusty KitchenAid stand mixer. Love this thing. Boy, this thing can do all the heavy jobs for you when you need it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off, we're gonna cream our butter. What that means, we're gonna stick our butter in there and get it down to a nice cream, and we'll get that consistency going, okay? So let me tell you what we're gonna do first. In the bowl we're gonna cream the butter. We're gonna put the brown sugar, the granulated sugar, and put that on high for about 3 minutes. So let's get that started. You wanna make sure your butter's at room temperature, or you're not gonna be able to get it creamed the way you want to. It's gonna be very hard to do. So go ahead and let that sit out for a little bit. You can put it in the microwave oven, but you don't get that same creaminess that you do if you try to do that. So I would definitely recommend to just let it sit out for a little while. All right, so let's get that started. Get that brown sugar in there. We have the granulated sugar. I like to take my little trusty spatula and try to go down the sides. Get all that stuff back in there. Once we get that cream to the consistency that we want, we're going to add our eggs. Just like a little kid, gotta play. Okay, let's bring that down to low. Okay, egg time. Get our vanilla. We want 2 teaspoons. Two teaspoons vanilla. Oh yeah. Now we're getting a nice creamy consistency. Let's get these other ingredients in. We're gonna add our kosher salt, our baking powder, we need 2 cups all-purpose flour. There's 1. Get out of there. Boy, I'm gonna just make it today, huh? And there's 2. If there's somebody in your family that doesn't like nuts or is allergic to nuts, anything to do with nuts, before you fold those in, go ahead and take some of this batter and separate it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my chocolate chunks, and then I'll add the nuts afterwards. That way I'll make a couple cookies. You can make cookies out of this same exact batter. So I'm going to make a couple of chocolate chunk cookies without the nuts in it. Okay, let's get that taken off of there so we can do some actual mixing here. We're going to just go ahead and fold in the chocolate chunks before we put any of those nuts in there. So let's go ahead and put those oh yeah. Oh yeah. This, folks, is what dreams are made of. There we go. Yeah, it's looking good there. We got those chocolate chunks mixed in there. Yeah, looking good. Now it's going to get pretty stiff with this, so you got to put a little elbow grease into it. Don't be afraid to work it a little bit. Okay, so we'll take enough out of here to make a couple cookies, and then we'll go ahead and fold in those walnuts. So we'll just take maybe 1 or 2 scoops out of here. And these will make some good sized cookies. Okay, so we'll save that for a little bit later. Okay, so now let's go ahead and fold in our walnuts. And then we'll be ready to put this in the pan and throw her in the oven. Now the thing about this is once you get this in the oven, you don't want to do it more than 30 minutes. You want to do 30 minutes exactly. And when you test it with your toothpick, you are going to get some residue back on that, but don't let that worry you, because that's exactly how we want it. And this is going to make it nice and moist. Go ahead and get this in the pan. There we go. Oh yeah. This is going to be great. I made this for Christmas. And got some pretty good reviews from it. My wife, who's a school teacher, everybody, you know who I'm talking about. I talked about her before in the other videos. Her name's Marty. She's a school teacher. Took these to school with her, and she said by noon these things were gone. So I guess that tells you how good they are. For all you chocoholics out there, this is definitely the way to go. Now the reason I'm making these tonight are for a family get-together. So what I'm going to do is when these are done, I'm going to surprise my wife with this, and we'll have to share a little bit with this before we go to the family get-together. So she's my taste tester for tonight. Okay, we're ready to go. That's ready to go in the oven. 30 minutes exactly, remember. No more, no less, 30 minutes. Welcome back to Wannabe Chef. This is Bobby Miller, your host. Today we're making blondies, and we're coming right down to the last few seconds of this. So I'm going to surprise Marty with these blondies. She doesn't know I'm making them today. So I'm going to let her know as soon as I pull these out. But remember, we only wanted to do 30 minutes exactly. So we're coming down to the last few seconds. So within that 30 minutes, got my dishes done. Guys, if you're cooking for your wife or your girl or whoever, they appreciate the cooking, believe me. But they appreciate it more if you clean up after yourself. So let's do that. Okay, we're coming down to the last few seconds. Let's get this ready. Here we go. Oh yes, look at that. Nice plate of blondies. And I threw in a couple cookies there. That looks great. Okay, so you're gonna wanna let these cool down for a little bit before you cut into them. So I would say 15, 20 minutes. Then go ahead, get some ice cream, get some caramel, drizzle it on there, cut these out, get a nice big square. It's gonna be great. Okay, so we've let this cool down for about 20 minutes, and now it's right where we can start eating it. So let's see what Marty's doing. Oh, Marty! What are you doing? Hey, I got a surprise for you. Come here. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Marty. Look what I made.
Oh, my favorite.
Don't touch it, it's hot. And what is it?
Chocolate chip blondies?
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna cut into this. We're gonna take a bite, and then we're gonna head down to the in-laws. So give us 1 second. The knife. Here we go. We'll just do a little square. Oh yes, look at that. Nice and smooth. Oh, it's still nice and soft. Great. Okay, a nice little square. Gotta let Marty have the first taste. Here you go, sweetie. It's hot. Good? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me take a taste. Oh, yes. Just the way we love it. You can taste all those ingredients, lots of chocolate chunk in there, the walnuts. It's fabulous. So this is Bobby Lee Miller, the wannabe chef. So I'm gonna get a little sugar from my honey now. So I will see you all on the flip side.